Welcome. We're here today to have a quick glance at June 2022. There's so much happening. New moon, full moon, couple planets going retrograde, one planet going direct for us. The numerology is incredible. And we'll see what the cards have to say, won't we? So let's start with the numerology. June is the 6th month, therefore it carries the 6th energy. The 6th energy is about your health, your well-being, your day-to-day routines. It's about relationships. It's about getting your ducks in a row, understanding what has value, what does not have value. Now, in order to find the collective energy for June 2022, we have to add it to the yearly energy, which is another 6. So we have 6 plus 6, and that brings us to the 12 energy. The 12 energy is about being in the moment, experiencing the here and now. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future. It's the here and now that matters. So understand what you need in the here and now. Not yesterday, not a maybe someday, but the here and now. It's about understanding where we have control or we want control or we need to relinquish control in our lives in order for us to put the focus on our path, on things that we do have control over, that matter to our journey, our goals, our dreams. It could be about surrendering. And when we surrender or compromise, perhaps, maybe it's surrendering to a way of thinking or becoming. You didn't want to see it, but you knew it was there, kind of thing. You tried to put it in total denial when you knew it was the truth all along. Those kinds of things. It's a deeper understanding of ourselves, of what works for us. It could be our routines. It could be what we do within the day and changing those things, reorganizing those things, time, energy, resources. And 1 plus 2 is a 3 energy. So the 3 energy, communication. We'll start there. The communication, planting the seed, giving birth, creating, are all the 3 energies. So collectively, June 2022 is a 3 energy. And so we will be looking consciously at what seeds we are planting, what we want to grow, what we want to create, what we want to manifest, what we want to transform. And we may do that in different aspects of our life. It could be ourselves, and chances are it is a lot of internal. It's understanding what makes us happy, what makes us tick, what makes us feel safe, what makes us feel loved. And understanding healthy behaviors towards all of that. So as far as the astrology is concerned, we start with the Gemini sun, of course. Sun is in Gemini. I think until June 21st. We'll enter Cancer at that point. The sun will move into Cancer. So 2/3 of the month is the Gemini sun. And that is a busy time. It's a time of communicating. Now, luckily for us, on June the 3rd, Mercury will go stationary direct. So we will start to, so we've walked back through it all. And now Mercury's ready to walk back through. And this is when the clarity comes in, the understanding comes in. We can make our decisions with a strength, with a knowing. The following day, Saturn is going to go retrograde. You know, Saturn allows us to see how we can go forward on what other people think are lofty plans. We don't see them as lofty. And even if we do see them as lofty, we also see the potential behind them. So Saturn shows us where we might have tripped up. Saturn wants us to succeed in very unique and collective kind of things, collective projects. So it's at work, the community, maybe even the family, but growing collectively, something to bring into service for the greater good of all mankind, not just you. So it's a beautiful time to step into, especially groups and teams, and grow through those experiences. On the 13th, Mercury will move into Gemini, because it's actually, it'll move back, it moves into Taurus. So we start June in Taurus, and then it moves back into Gemini. So Mercury in Gemini is at home. Mercury in Gemini is having a blast. Mercury in Gemini feels, so it's our voice, it's communication, it's the strength of talking to others about our goals, our dreams, what we want to manifest, what we want to step into, what we want our realities to become. Our voice is very powerful. June 14th, we have our full moon in Sagittarius. So our optimism rises. It's also a 23 energy, so it'll be a busy time for us. What else is happening? I try and do it all by memory, but sometimes I can't because I can't really read the screen. Oh my gosh. So yes, the sun goes into Cancer. Then Venus goes into Gemini. So now Venus is happy in Gemini. And we want romance, and we want to flirt, and we want playful energy around us when that happens. So now two of our personal planets are right at home at this point, right? Mercury and Mars is in Aries. Don't forget Mars in Aries. Mars is in Aries, so that's Mars's home. So it's rejoicing too. So our personal planets are really strong right now to move us forward. I mean, we have that sexy warrior with Mars in Aries, and then we have Venus going into Gemini. And Mercury in Gemini. So it's all about this. It's like breathing new life even into an old dream or an old relationship or an old desire. It just, the flames just go poof. It can be a ginormous energy for you. So look towards your playful side. Look for enjoying life, enjoying the beauty around us, around you, enjoying the beauty of within as well, and bringing that joy and beauty to the outside, so that collectively we can enjoy the energy of you. We will feel it somehow. We're all connected. So the more of us that actually step into that knowing of our personal planets being strong and secure, that we have a voice, that we can have action, drive, stamina to go after the goals and the dreams that we truly do want. Neptune will go retrograde towards the end of the month. You know, that's when we really get to know ourselves. When Neptune goes, especially in Pisces, we go inwardly. We look at our worst fears, our biggest nightmares, our greatest passions, the mundane parts of our life, and we embrace them all as, that's what makes me me. That's what makes me unique, and loving every part of you. And so getting to know different aspects of yourself, but loving you regardless of the aspect, whether you view it as negative or positive, to love it because it makes you who you are, which gives you an incredible potential to go forward in those unique and maybe even lofty goals and dreams and desires and pathways forward. And then we end the month with the new moon. The new moon will be in Cancer, so we will turn our attention probably more towards home, family, and finding our safety within our home. So creating our home for that sense of security, that sense of safety, that sense of togetherness. The three most beautiful words that you can speak throughout any kind of energy in Cancer. So we got the sun will be in Cancer and the moon will be in Cancer at this point, is I love you. And where can you say that to people? when I meet new people and they become my friends and I say love you, or we're saying goodbye and I'm like love you, and I'll go running off and not thinking anything of it, and then afterwards I'm like, I should have warned them about that, because I express my love freely to my close friends and family. I never end a conversation without telling somebody that I love them. That's why it's so natural for me to do it here. Because when I'm reaching out and I'm sitting across the table from you as you're enjoying your tea or your coffee or your glass of wine or beer, whatever you might be doing, I'm sitting just on the other end of the table, just having what you're having, and we're just having a chit chat. And that's how I look at it, as best friends getting together at your kitchen table. So thanks for inviting me into your house today. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for the month of June. We'll pick a few here. We'll see what other decks we do. So our shadow card for the month of June. The thing that we probably won't be aware of. Oh, look at this. Not such a great shadow card, but it is about our emotion. Right? Venus is all over the place, and we want to have that playful energy, but we also want that safety. And that's a really hard combination to find. We'll be going through a lot of emotions. Saturn going retrograde. Saturn has the potential to strengthen and deepen so much in our lives, but it also has the potential to take away. And so people leave our lives, environments change, people change, our thoughts change, our perceptions change, our goals change. And when we have great changes in our life, it causes a lot of emotion. In some ways, you're very happy that it's happening. In other ways, you're not. In other ways, you can breathe a sigh of relief that it's happened. In others, you tense right up and you can't believe that this is happening to you. And you can be carrying all of those emotions for one situation. So it's about allowing healing in for anything that has hurt you in the past, knowing that you went through it, yes, and it has made you a stronger, wiser person in order for you to go forward. So once again, Neptune going retrograde in Pisces, yes, we tear off a few band-aids so that we can heal. Some of our fears, our nightmares, where we thought we lost a dream, a desire, a special somebody in our life, to heal from it. To be able to take the lessons and the strength and the courage and the understanding and go forward with it on our path, and making our healing actually a strength going forward. For that bad event to happen in our life, it now has become a strength so that we can go forward with a confidence, with a surety. Okay, first card. First card is, look at this, Queen of Pentacles. This is about believing in yourself, knowing you've got this. Knowing that you have the potential, you have the drive, you have the desire, you have the sight of it. You can see it. It was like I was describing my backyard to a person today, a good dear friend today, and I was talking about what I would want to do with part of the property and make it all pathways and just a natural, beautiful resort for me to go into, and maybe I'll bring a few others along. Why not? And I was describing to her what I see as the end result. I mean, we're talking 3 to 5 years down the road, but I was talking like we could open up the doors tomorrow. And that's the kind of energy that you kind of get with this card. You know it's going to happen. You don't know how it's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to happen. And that does not matter. That should not be even part of the dream, the outlook towards where you are, and see yourself. You really want to play one on yourself, okay? You really want to manifest something. Close your eyes, get into, I won't go through it all, but we all know how to get into a meditative state, I am sure. Maybe 5 years ago when I was talking to you, not as many did, but it has flourished in the last several years. And then see yourself once you have accomplished. So when I see myself in my backyard. I know what trees are planted, what bushes are planted, where the different beds are, how the pathway goes, how the entrance to the pathway looks, what the creek is looking like, and how I've built up the shore. And I have steps going down to the creek, and it's just beautiful in my mind. Now, get to that place where you've accomplished that goal, that dream, that desire. Okay. And now look back and see yourself sitting, laying, however you are, in the room that you're in the chair that you're in, and see yourself imagining that. So see yourself backwards. It is an incredible little twist and turn in the subconscious to really put things into motion. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but you can do it. And even if you just do it a little bit, and the next time you do it a little bit better. But yeah, so imagine the happily ever after, and then see yourself sitting in that happily ever after, looking back at yourself, sitting there imagining that happily ever after. You can do anything in the mind and the imagination. Do that. You'll be amazed. Okay. The High Priestess. Yeah. Sit in quiet contemplation and understand and see the beauty, the magic, the talents, the abilities, the unique you that lies within. And we're going to allow that person to come out a little bit. We're going to structure that person into our lives, that part of you that you hide away or you don't express as much as you should because of your greatness. This is scratching the surface of your potential and seeing just how much more potential you actually have if you realize it and are honest with yourself. Our next card is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles says, you know what? Make a decision. So June is about making the decisions. And once Mercury goes goes stationary direct on June the 3rd, from there on end, and you might want to wait a couple of weeks because it took a couple of weeks to walk through that energy. So we want to be clear of all that backwards motion so that we know that we've really walked through it all again, the experience. We experienced it, we walked back through it, and now through June we start. So towards the end of June, that's when we're really going to be making those decisions. And it's a beautiful time to make it because we will have the Cancer energy around us. So it is about safety and home and family and morals and values. And so the decisions you make will be grounded. Bringing us right back to knowing that you are deserving and worthy. So the Two of Pentacles is telling you, but you have to consciously make the decision. Because if you don't make the decision and you let them make the decision, it is a hard road and you get nowhere near what you could have done if you consciously made the decision. This card says every path is a good choice. Stop stressing out so much. Go with the flow. See where things take you. What's catching your eye? What are you hearing? What are you seeing all the time? What are you thinking about all the time? Go with the flow. See where it leads. A decision, a good decision, any decision is a decision, but you have to make the decision. You will find successes on both paths. They may be very different. Could be two separate lives. Absolutely. They could melt together anyways, because I do believe that we are supposed to have certain experiences here. It's a must. We have the Justice card. So we got a Queen, then the High Priestess, then the Two, very young energy, and then we have the Justice card. And the Justice card, well, we had in May, we had the 22 and 33 energy day. We had the 11 and 22 energy day. Very rare thing, setting us up for Justice to come in and be the overall energy. The 11 energy, the teacher, the illuminator. This is about making a commitment to ourselves about our focus and where our focus is going to be, where we are going to put our time, where we are going to put our energy, where we are going to put our resources, and utilizing them in the right way. That 6 energy extremely helps us for all of that. So we have that double 6 energy that will allow us to put our focus on what has value, what doesn't, what is needed, what's not. Or it could be a who. Absolutely. And this gives us the courage and the strength to actually cut away the things that no longer belong in our life. One more card, you say? Okay, look at this, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, just love yourself. Love where you are. See the beauty that surrounds you. See the beauty within you. Know that you are deserving. Know that you are worthy. Know that whatever the dream is, the answer is yes. All you have to do is decide that you are worthy of it and you are deserving of it and you are ready for it. And then take a step. This is about loving you. This is about looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. And use your name when you look yourself at the eye and say, I love you, Tilly. You're fabulous. You're remarkable. You're beautiful. You're strong. You're courageous. You're creative. You're inventive. Start telling yourself just who you truly are. Act like you are your own best friend. And start telling yourself just how great you are. Because obviously you're not seeing it yourself. This is a peace that comes in, a harmony that comes in. It's about understanding what you need and you need alone and going with that flow. We'll get a mantra for the month. We can always use a mantra, can't we? Oh my goodness gracious. I've got a mind of their own. Okay. Let's see here. Memories, cherished memories of loved ones. Cherished memories of loved ones, but I'm going to also throw in there that they can become your mentor. They don't have to be here in the present in order to read their autobiography, or if it's somebody within your family, maybe somebody has some stories to tell you, to follow their footsteps. This is about knowing that they are right beside you, that they love you, that they are happy. They do cheer you on. They do try and get your attention. And to think of the happy moments, the things that made you laugh. You know, my mom, she had dementia, so some things became new experiences again. And we were at a restaurant and they had cotton candy at this restaurant. And so my son went over and got a thing of cotton candy for himself. And she was, what's that? Well, it's cotton candy. I've never seen such a thing, she says. 90 odd years on the planet, she never experienced cotton candy. Find it a little hard to believe, so I'm thinking it was the dementia. So I said, do you want one? Okay. So my son goes over and he gets grandma her own cotton candy, and we had videotaped it. And it was, she just turned into a little kid. She had so much fun eating it, and she was laughing it. And here's this big pink puffball, you know. And although it brings the sadness that we can't have more opportunities of sitting across the table from each other at a restaurant and just laughing and enjoying one another's company, it brought a happiness and a giggle, and we went back in time to the moment of happiness shared with her in that moment, and that's priceless, and that never goes away. So memories, cherished memories of loved ones. Okay, we need the book. The book was in disguise. Look at that. She's on the cover. We now know the which card the cover of the book and the deck. Actually, the deck box is different again, so we'll see when that one comes up. I just noticed that. So when we lose someone dear to us, it leaves an everlasting void, and we can lose a personal sense of peace. You may be one of the many who believe your loved ones are still around. Well, because they are. And you want to strengthen your connection with them. You can do this, as there's more going on behind the veil of God than meets the eye. You will experience visits in many different ways: a familiar smell, a nudge, a white feather, a dime, This is just them saying hello. Everybody has a time to return home, but they can always visit. The mantra is, my loved ones are well cared for in heaven. So if you believe they go to heaven, if not, insert whatever you believe where we go. Maybe you don't think we go anywhere. Well, our bodies just decay, but we go on. So okay, we'll get an animal card. The dragon, supernatural. Yes. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Now look at this card here. Okay, so you are the ancient white sage. You have knowledge. You have wisdom. Recognize it inside yourself. You can shapeshift at will. It's truer than you think. By willing it into being, by thinking of it, by acting upon your thoughts, you can change any thought into a reality. You can make something where there was once nothing. Absolutely. Mastery is your destiny. So maybe we're going to be going through a learning period, education. Maybe it involves travel or just immersing yourself in a different culture or a different language, different values, to understand more of the world, to understand your place in it that much better. And rise with dignity. Your word is your honor. You say you're going to do something, do it. Don't be underhanded. Keep your sense of integrity. It's so important then for the month of June, to be the dragon, to tap into the supernatural of who you are, that inner. Remember, we had the high priestess as well, telling us to tap into that inner magic. Then we have the dragon come along, telling us that we are supernatural. So tap into that sage wisdom that you have within you. Think things through. Talk things through out loud. Let your subconscious go to work on it while you sleep at night. Watch what happens. Yes, let's do a Journey for Love card for those who said it. So this is just a beautiful deck. Journey of Love. Well, I didn't talk too much about relationships. And the sixth energy has a lot to do with relationships. So we could very well be looking at our relationships with others and with ourselves. So I guess I did talk about relationships a bit, because we did talk a lot about the inner you and having that relationship with you. Recognizing those things about yourself. Okay. We will cut the cards. And doesn't want to come. There we are. Gifts received. And it's the 13 energy. So gifts received. The green, the abundance in that card is all I could think of. And 13 does bring in abundance. Okay, so I'll do the poem. It's a very short one, actually. And then we'll get to what the book says. I cannot reproduce the way they read the energy of the card that they created for us. So just an awesome, awesome deck and book combination. The wind blows softly through grass and my open heart. Love unexpected. Relax. It's okay to accept what's coming your way now. Gentle your soul. Steady your heart. Even the most precious treasure can be received by you. Why not? Are you not built of all the same stuff as that treasure, beloved? It's all love after all. That is all that there is. Enjoy, accept, rest in the knowledge that you are being invited into a sanctuary of abundance. Restful rest, peaceful rest, and replenishment now. It's just time. This oracle holds a message for you. The universe is trying to get something to you. More abundance, more love, an answer to a prayer. Sometimes the healing comes in unexpected packages. Sometimes we try so hard to find the answer, exerting so much effort to receive, that we actually make things harder for ourselves than they need to be. So, relax. Have some fun. Be at peace. Everything is working out just fine, and there's a beautiful surprise coming your way. So enjoy the month of June, and until we meet again, remember, I do love you.